and you're watching mindless content. You don't really have a set direction for the day. And then you wake up and try to do the best morning routine ever. You're going to realize that it doesn't really work, right? You're not able to kick yourself into gear. So everything in a good day starts the night before. If you're sleeping late, if you're eating crap, if you're not taking your energy levels seriously, then you're going to wake up just as tired. I drink a shake, be in bed by 9 p.m. No gym morning anymore for this guy. 5 a.m. wake up though. Yeah, Roman, I mean, then again, you have a very specific schedule. You have to shift it around a little bit, but whatever works for you. Nighttime routine is locked in though. No food after 6 p.m. Bed by 9. No more scrolling. Started reading a book. Let's go, bro. Let's go. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. It says 5 degrees. I'm wearing shorts and a tank top. Well, Max, you're Canadian. We're talking about Fahrenheit here. Okay, so it's not 5 degrees Celsius. It's 5 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, a little bit of a different. Think markets, purple trading, or 8 cap. A few people I talked to said purple trading is going to be better for this firm. So I'm going to go with purple trading for Nasdaq. But I'm very mindful to look into all the rules that these guys have, because the most important thing I want to see is that these guys don't try and deny a payout because I violated some rule that I had no idea about. I am going to be very mindful to make sure that I'm sticking to all the rules. I'm not trading through news. I'm not holding trades through sessions if I'm not allowed to. And that's what the main priority is. I'm passing tier 2, ETH reaching supply zone, then drop. Steve, what the fuck are you talking about? At first, when you said tier 2, I was thinking that it was a prop firm. And then you said Ethereum is reaching a supply zone. Okay. Hide user on the channel, 1CradP. People keep calling me Ron. Guys, I respect myself a lot. I respect my name. Get my fucking name right. Okay? Get my name right. Or ask your mother. Okay? Don't disrespect me like that on my own stream, because they're doing it on purpose to try and troll me, whatever it might be. I don't know. All right. Big surprise. The trade from yesterday that was called live in front of everybody yesterday, right? Haters. Fuck. All right. No negativity. Stay positive. Stay positive. Stay positive. And all the haters are mad quiet. All the haters are mad quiet with trades hitting every day. 18 days into the year. We've called out banger after banger after banger, and all they've done is Twitter fingers turn to trigger fingers. Where are they at? Not a single fucking trade has been called from these people, and they want to talk about they're doing this, that, and the third. Y'all ain't doing shit for nobody. Can somebody in the trading industry call a fucking trade for free? Can somebody please somewhere call a free trade? Anybody? Anyone? Y'all, am I the only person calling live trades every fucking day? Be honest, because I think that I am. Where's all these traders at? Everybody want to pretend like they're hot shit. They want to talk shit on social media. Where are these trade ideas, bro? Send a fucking signal. Yeah, I'm going back to the receipts from yesterday. Going back to the receipts from yesterday. Oh, this is 2 days ago. Let's go right here. Let's go to the lives. Let me show you all this. Let me show you all this. Where are these people, man? Everybody want to talk about all this shit. They want to do everything on social media except for call a live trade. All right. Now, do you guys remember NAS100 yesterday? We took an entry at 608. Do you guys remember this? I remember this loud and clear. You guys know what happened? Hit that zone at 16,572. The re-entry was at 615, and the market hit all the way up to TP for a beautiful 2.5 to 1 R. If you took a better entry than me, which obviously a lot of you did, you got above a 3 to 1 R. Called, live, again, every day, daily, every fucking day. This is it. All right, and we can go back and do this every single day for all the trades that were called. Now, we are at the all-time highs. for Nasdaq. We're still sitting at this resistance level, and we're still making these rejections. So as of right now, what I want to see is at the market open, I want to see either a break to the upside, and then it's going to pull back in for us to get a really good buy entry, or we get a rejection directly from here, retest 88%, and then continue. So either way, I'm looking for a retracement so I can buy at a discounted level so that we can keep taking this thing to the upside target, which right now is 17,000, and then beyond 17,000. Kunal said, let's keep grinding, sir. Brother, you would have to hit me with a fucking train to get me to stop grinding. You would have to hit me with a train and then set me on fire. If you hit me with a train and I'm still twitching a little bit, I'm coming back with a vengeance. Never gonna stop grinding. You don't need to show proof, brother. People who know, who trust, you are always along your side. Fuck the haters. Yeah, I mean, it's easy to say, but then nobody ever supports when it comes time for it. You know what I'm saying? Like when we win a trade, nobody's on there's 3 of you that are on social media saying, yo, we want another trade. Everybody else is gatekeeping. Gatekeeping is when you have a great source, you don't want to tell anybody because you want to pretend like you're the smart one and that you're coming up with these ideas. You don't want to give the credit to someone else. You don't want to tell people because then they're going to come and get the same information and maybe pass you up. But I'm telling you all, not telling your friends about an opportunity like this, I think should be a crime. I think if you find a channel like this and we're winning all the time and you're making money and you don't tell your friends, you're a dickhead. Let me just be honest about this. Good morning, Roy. Love the attitude. You already know the drill. I've been like this for years. I'm not going to stop now. Frank Lucas, you're not acting like Frank Lucas. You're acting like a hoe. So I'm going to go ahead and put you in timeout where you belong. Here we go. Hide user on this channel. Just smash that subscribe button. Guys, I'll be honest, I don't give a fuck about the social media thing anymore, right? We did it for a while. The only reason I ever got on social media is to do those fucking podcasts for the trading industry, to bring people out of their shell and to provide all that free value. And then everybody turned their back. And now everybody, instead of giving credit to our podcast, went and started their own podcast pretending like we don't exist. I don't give a fuck about this social media thing anymore. I'm going to show you guys what it really means to be a trader. And then everything that we do this year is going to be going out city to city and doing that world tour. So these guys can keep going for likes and subscribes and all this comment bullshit. Save your subscribes, save your likes. I don't give a fuck. We're going to go on a world tour. We're going to hit 15 plus cities. And I'm going to show you that real life happens outside the screens, not on it. Okay? We're coming in hot this year, people. They woke up a beast. I don't see anyone doing this but you, honestly. Chris, I'm waiting for it. Because all these guys want to talk so much shit, and then they don't do a goddamn thing for anybody but themselves. Let me remind you that if somebody makes $1 million on prop firms, you're still broke. If somebody is making multiple 6 figures posting every fucking day, guess what that does for your own results? Guess what that does for your children? Guess what that does for your parents? Fuck all. It means it does nothing. So people want to just dick ride somebody that has massive results, go and dick ride them, and then 6 months later, 1 year later, 2 years later, sitting in the same fucking spot. I'm waiting for one of these people to just start a live stream and just call out trades. I can't even be mad at that. Oh, people are making money. Now I'm happy. But this whole thing about people promoting shit on social media and then not doing shit for anybody, not sending out a single trade idea, not doing any free education, not providing a single lick of value to anybody but their own pockets. What the fuck is the point of that? What is this, like a fan club? What are we doing here? That's what we're doing, y'all. So I'm just trying to keep it real. He said people are not ready for the world tour. Trust me. The people are ready. The folks, like the people who live on social media, they're not ready. They're going to be like, oh my God, real life? Outside? Hey, Roy, you might come anywhere in Canada. Yeah, we're thinking about it, right? I'm not a big fan of Canada. It's cold. There's no freedom, right? But we'll make a trip up there. Socialism, you know what I'm saying? Not the most attractive thing. If I went to Canada, it would be to go out there and tell you guys to go find a new home. All right, just jokes. But here's the deal. So March Madness tour is coming up. I want you guys to vote on the cities. He said 88.6 boys. James Johnson, you already know. 88.6 boys merch dropping very soon. You guys can pre-order those here, but we're still figuring out those logistics. Exactly why I promised a year off social media. Jamil, I promise you, the best thing that you can do for your life is getting off social media. Like, social media has become the single most destructive thing for the mental health. And if it wasn't for a place to connect with everybody and get the brand out and all that bullshit, trust me, I'd have already deleted my social medias. I got my account hacked right after the last summit. And one of the most tragic things. And I lost my first Instagram account that I've had since 2013. Pictures from my childhood, pictures from college, when I was in a fraternity, when I worked in Congress, when I worked at the NIH, when I, like, every single life experience I had up until that point was documented on that Instagram. And it just got completely taken, deleted. It was a pretty important wake-up call for me. I spent 4 months off of Instagram. The happiest and most fulfilling 4 months that I've ever experienced. I was flying on private jets. I was traveling all the way across the world. I was meeting some of the most incredible people. So that's what I recommend is that if you guys want to improve your happiness and your success this year, take 4 or 5 months off of social media and see how much better your life is. Max said, no chance Roy is coming here. Yeah, very little chance you can find me in Canada. But then again, I went to New York, didn't I? I went to fucking Atlanta. If I'll go to Atlanta, I'll go to Canada. Okay? So Canada is not out of the question. For those that are showing up a bit late, I'm looking for this, and then I want to buy it around the 16,750 zone. So you guys can see there's a support area right here. Keep going through. Another support area right here. Keep going through. The body of the candles right here. I just want to see a pullback to that area so we can keep going long. He said, I'm hoping I can come to India. Now, let me be real. I would love to come to India. However, Forex trading is kind of illegal there, right? Imagine I want to go beef with the Indian authorities, brother. Ignore that one. It's a little slight entry I took at the gym. Okay, so here's the entry from yesterday, the re-entry from yesterday. I told you guys that my break even got hit on the original entry at 570. And so when the market pushed up, I waited for a retracement. And then as it was closing back above the daily range, you guys see the support right here, support right here. This is where I ended up re-entering the trade. The market continued to push. I closed my partial profits, and now I'm just holding the running positions, which is why we always hold a runner. Because if you're trading in the direction of the trend, there really is no reason to close the trade prematurely, right? Technically speaking, it should make a new higher high. And so that's kind of what I was banking on with this trade. So still holding some of the runners. I'm gonna just let those go. Any gold ideas? Let's do it. Kansas City. Might go to Kansas City. Why not?
You can make your way on down to Branson too, bro.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I was like, we might have to call Bryce for that one. We might have to call in the troops. He said, I have nothing to do with that place. US 30 buys are still looking good. We're right at the 88.6. The market had closed above on the daily yesterday. Beautiful double bottom rejection here. Huh. Still a little bit early. in this candle, but I like this double bottom rejection off the lows. I might have to take a US 30 entry. I might, I mean, I'm going to. All right, I'm taking a long position on US 30 here. Sure, my risk is on point. Okay, so it's still pretty close to market open. I'm gonna wait for a retracement on Nasdaq so I can catch a better buy entry. US 30 was just a little bit too good to ignore. We're back at the previous lows. We've already had multiple rejections at the 886, and then the market was creating this double bottom rejection on the 4-hour after having rejected once, twice, 3 times, and then we had three candles close above this 4-hour support. And then we had a pullback and then potentially a double bottom here. So I'm going to let this thing play out, let it cook up, and then we'll see how this pans out. Let's go do gold. Gold has finally hit our 2008 target. That 2008 area, you guys know I've been covering this for about 2-3 weeks now. We finally hit the 08 target. Now I'm expecting a little bit of a pullback, but then further downside for gold. Why am I bearish on gold still? Because the dollar is still bullish. You guys know the dollar hit. And guys, look, accuracy on point. Been had this markup since last year. We see the 103.7 level get tested perfectly. The magnet indicator does not lie. Look at this rejection right here. How much more perfect can it get? How much more accurate can I get? What do you guys want? 103.7 got crushed. I'm still seeing people who were dollar bears. Oh, is it time for the dollar to turn around? Is it time for the dollar to turn around? They're still on Twitter waiting for the dollar to turn around. Buddy, it's not fucking turning around. It's bullish, right? The world is falling apart. Yields are messed up all over the world. There's a tightening policy in half the countries and a rate cutting policy in the other half of the countries. And everybody's at war. The only place that's worth putting your money in is the U.S. economy. Putting your money in the U.S. dollar right now is probably the best bet. So we have US 30 crashing at the same time as Nasdaq is seeing a massive push to the upside. Something here is not really adding up. Or maybe it's just early. Okay, good stuff. How'd you get MT5 on your Mac? I downloaded it off the Mac App Store way back in the day. Right before I found out about the MetaTrader situation getting kicked off the app stores, I went and downloaded it on my computer just to make sure that I had it. And yeah, I'm not sure if it's still on there because I know that there was some issues. They tried to take it off. They tried to keep it on. I don't know. But I still have it. It's still active. Called being early on the ball. US 30 is at the low of a range. NAS is at the high of a range. And S&P is in the middle of a range. Yo, hold on. This typically doesn't happen. Bro, what? Well, this makes no sense. How is this even possible? US 30 and Nasdaq, or US 30 and S&P 500 should be about the same. We got a 7.8 rejection. What I would see is an 88.6 rejection on S&P, and then further upside. For sure. I'm not here to promote any brokers. I'm not here to promote any of the things I'm using. What I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start taking challenges on all these random firms, and I'm going to be doing it live. And so I'm not promoting any of these companies, because when you're asking me and I tell you, half of the people on here are going to think that I'm promoting that company. I don't have a deal with any of these guys. I ain't promoting nobody for free anymore. What I'm going to do is do these challenges live in front of all of you, and then we can see the market conditions on each one and see if it's worth putting your money into. Cool? But these guys are not paying me a check, nor do I want their fucking affiliate links. So I'm no longer going to be promoting any of these firms for free. Okay, I'm not really sure what's happening here with NAS just absolutely flying and US 30 dropping. I'll be real, I really have no idea what's happened. You know, like on a technical standpoint, it's all very, very straightforward, right? We're at daily support. The market's either going to violate daily support or it's not. All right, if it doesn't violate daily support, we go up. With Nasdaq, very straightforward. We're also at these previous highs. We're either going to break above the zone and then come back for a retest, or we're just going to reject. So we know what's happening on a technical level. But what's happening with why there's this much disparity between the two pairs, I have no idea. We had unemployment claims come out slightly lower than expected. Building permits slightly higher than expected. The Philly Manufacturing Index, it's like a sentiment index for manufacturers, but nobody gives a shit about the Philly Manufacturing Index. World Economic Forum annual meetings, maybe that's it. I don't know. The only reason that I could think about this would be the expectations of rate hikes, or sorry, rate cuts has been dropping. And this, like Nasdaq would be the one to drop if this was rate hike expectations being priced in, because Nasdaq is one of the high risk instruments. And so whenever you see sentiment reflected of the Fed's policies showing in the markets, typically you'll have Nasdaq being highly responsive and US 30 lagging behind it. Right now, it seems like US 30 is making this aggressive move while Nasdaq is still seeing a bunch of flow. So I'm not really sure what's happening here on a fundamental level. But patience is a virtue. We're gonna be waiting this thing out, and oof, it's getting ugly. Have you passed the previous challenge? No, no, no. I talked about this a few weeks ago. No, I think I talked about this last year. Is that I had left a trade open overnight without a stop loss. That because I had entered 3 positions. I'd set a hard stop on 2 of them, and then the third one did not set a hard stop loss. That was a stupid mistake, but I did not pass that challenge, no. And again, just because I'm doing these challenges live in front of everyone, there's no guarantee I'm going to pass. Let me be completely honest here. If I had a guaranteed way of passing all challenges and I was never going to fail, I'd be a quadrillionaire. I'd just be bankrupting the funds left and right, which I don't know. Maybe this year is the year for that. But no, I'm just going to be taking these things live.
I just got off this call, so I got to work on a layout.
Let's talk about some layouts. I'm so confused. All right. Let me be real. Whenever something like this happens where I really cannot make sense of why there's a disparity between one direction versus the other. So typically I'll give myself one, maybe two chances to take a trade, and then after that I call it a day. For real, this is going to be the only trade I'm really looking for today because the retracement on Nasdaq is going to take way too long. It's like a tomorrow kind of move. So this US 30 trade, I'm going to give it a shot, but with market action that I can't really put my finger on, I'm not going to be forcing these trades. Normally at this point, if I was trading by myself, I would close out both trades manually and then just walk away. Only because it's already been the market open and we've already broken through the 88. We've already respected the 886, but now we're breaking right through. All right, some patience is going to have to be in play here. Quick hedge. CA members, you guys know exactly what I'm looking at here. Which is I'm looking to enter a better position. This is not martingale. This is really just trying to enter a better position. And then as soon as we see that pullback, I can close either both of these or just one of these and then hold the better of the two positions. This is Roy. NAS is paying for my FX Summit ticket. Yeah, better, especially with these free trades. That's the real reason I do this, because a lot of people tell me they don't have money to get a real course so they can actually move their life forward. They don't have money to go to the FX Summit and go connect with thousands of traders. They don't have the money to travel and go to these live events that we're hosting. It's like, all right, well then take this trade for free on this live stream, and then you will have exactly what you need to move your life in the positive direction. Y'all get me? So I'm really trying to give the value that everybody keeps saying that they can't get because of money and money and money. If you don't have money, but you have willpower, you have determination, this stream is for you. Okay, maybe you can't afford all the courses. Maybe you can't afford the NAS100 masterclass. That's in 2 weeks, by the way. Maybe you can't do that yet. What you can do is take the trades off this live stream. You can learn a lot just being here, and then you can use that information and that money to then push your life forward. So use this resource, people. Use it to your best advantage. Just side notes about the FX Summit. We've gotten confirmations from all the big name speakers from last year that they will all be returning. Dr. Richard Olson, the founder of Oanda, will be speaking at the FX Summit. Trading Views executive team will be speaking at the FX Summit. Bob Elliott, who's the head of Ray Dalio's personal investment team and one of the top economists today. He's now the CEO and CIO of Unlimited Funds ETF. He'll be speaking as well. We have we got so many good speakers lined up. I can't wait to show you guys, because we basically, we're working with TradingView to try to get their recommendations on brokers, because they're the ones who do the most due diligence on brokers in the industry. So we're trying to figure out who they support, and obviously it's the names that we see here. Like you'll see the Oandas, you'll see the Black Bull, the Pepperstones. If I just look up SPX 500, you guys can see like 8cap, Black Bull, FXCM. I don't even know what skilling is. All right, maybe they're not doing all their due diligence. We got Oanda, GBE. Isn't GBE, wasn't that like a gang in Chicago or something? We GBE Globe, boy, we get a lot of dope. Like, wasn't that a fuck? Isn't this a gang? Isn't that Sosa? Am I tripping here? Vantage FX, Euro Next, Taze, brother. I'm hopping off. Maybe TradingView doesn't have the best. I don't know. He says Sosa, baby. Bro, tell me GBE is not a gang in Chicago. Am I bugging? They started their own prop firm, bro. They got hip. They found the next play. He said GBE Glow Boy. He said that's Sosa. Yeah, I'm telling you guys. They know. They're like, yeah, this street life is not it. So we can start a prop firm instead and make way more money than selling drugs. And we can still be low lives while doing it. They're like, oh, cool. Perfect. Oh man. All right, guys. All right, all right, all right. Like I had no idea Roy was cultured. Yo, 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 yo. People, I keep it professional for the streams because I'm trying to represent this brand in a positive way. But I also can't ignore GBE funding or GBE brokerage, whatever it was called. Turquoise? Really? Like, what are we doing here? I have to cancel my meeting with TradingView this week. I might have to do my own vetting on these brokers. That was a joke, guys. Imagine I cancel a fucking meeting with TradingView. Come on. Come on. Other big name speakers. The most famous stock trader in the world, also referred to as the Einstein of Wall Street. These are just going to be fun just for me because I used to watch these folks and I know who they are. And so folks like this coming to speak at the summit, it really warms my heart. It really gives me a sense of like that we're really putting together an event that's going to bring Forex to the front of the finance industry. So you have Wall Street stock traders, very, very famous legacy folks, traditional investment crowd mingling with the FX side of things. And I just feel like this is awesome for the industry. We went from IML basically ruining our entire industry because of network marketing to us now putting money out of our own pocket, taking on massive, massive personal risk, really taking attention away from our core business and doing all this stuff just to be able to bring the industry forward. And I know a lot of people are not going to appreciate that until it's all said and done. But just know that we're on a very serious mission here to kind of rebrand the Forex space. And then hopefully that allows us to bring Forex out of the shadows and then into the regulatory environment the right way so that we can, they can legalize Forex trading in America and stop trying to fight us at every turn. And that all starts with building an event that connects the traditional finance world to this up and coming and startup, FX world. Just the way it goes. So tons of great speakers. It's going to be awesome. There's also a World Economic Forum meeting. I don't know if you guys know about Davos. Let me know. What do you guys know about Davos? Let me know in the chats here. What do you guys know about the World Economic Forum and Davos? Oof. I'm seeing this rejection here on Nasdaq. I'm personally looking for this drop in, and I'm going to buy it right down here. I'm confident in this one. Just going to take some patience. People who are hopping on a little late, they're going to just see a bunch of Love Sosa quotes in the comments section and be like, what? Like, what the fuck is going on here? Oh, that's going to be hilarious. Yep, say it with me, people. Every day in every way, we're getting better, sharper, more skilled, more clear-headed, more deliberate with every single thing that we're doing. Some of you guys are pursuing goals and dreams. They're going to push your family's future forward. They're going to push you forward. And I know that as the year starts to get on, as the days start to pass, you might be a little bit discouraged from pursuing your dreams completely. I'm here to remind you, number one, quit being a bitch. Number two, your future you is counting on yourself to do the right things. All the things that I have today, well, number one is because of God. But number two is because of work that I put in the past and decisions that I put in the past that have set me up. Okay? I sit here and I look at the beautiful team that I have around me. I look at the capacity that we have. I look at the opportunities that we have on our plate. And it was because of a lot of sacrifice and decisions that were made in the past. The past Roy has set me up. I walk in the gym, I'm cut up like I'm built like Prometheus, right? I look like one of these Greeks. I'm built like a, you know what I'm saying? I'm built like one of those I'm stacked like that. Is because the past me has put in a serious amount of work every day in every way. So your future you is counting on you. I leave Easter eggs for myself. I invest in myself. I'll put investments to the side for months after months, year after year, and then I'll check back 2, 3 years later, like, damn, I got 6 figures sitting in this crypto account. Thank you, Roy from 2 years ago, for not being a dickhead and for doing the right thing. And I'm very proud of myself. So if you want to be proud of yourself, you want to make the right decisions, you want to move your life forward, start doing things that future you can thank you for. So you can be proud of yourself, so you can have that good relationship with yourself. That's where self-confidence and identity and conviction, that's where it all comes from. A lot of people say, well, if you stare in the mirror and tell yourself, I'm confident, I'm confident, I'm confident, you'll be more confident. That's bullshit. Confidence comes from evidence. You have to build evidence for why you deserve to think of yourself a certain way. I want to tell myself I'm in shape. I'm in the best shape of my life. And I'm actually not. It's going to be hard for me to embody that. When I look in the mirror and I can verify to myself that I am in the best shape of my life, when I can see the work that I put in every day to be in the best shape of my life, now I can actually stand on that confidently and say that I am in the best shape that I've ever been in. Confidence comes from evidence, and evidence comes from work, comes from putting in the work, people. All right. So you guys can see just a little quick tidbit here on hedging. So my bottom position is floating about 140 bucks. These two positions here are floating about -30 and -50. I have a choice to close both of these out and just hold the better of the two entries and de-risk my trade. Now, because I'm risking slightly more than 1%, if I add up all the positions, I don't really want to risk 1%. So instead, what I'll do is I will de-risk this trade by closing one of these positions and getting my total risk under 1% again. I'll wait for it to go back in blues because there's no reason for me to take a loss here. Wait just 5, 10 more points. Wait for it to push back up. Okay, here we go. Close that trade. When I go to close the trade, it's not because I don't think the market's going to keep pushing. Okay, shit traders make a decision based on what they think is going to happen next. Good traders make a decision based on the worst case scenario. The worst case scenario is that this trade reverses on me completely, and I would have lost all 3 of those positions for a total of over 1%, which is too much. So instead, I de-risked, not to maximize my profits, but to minimize my losses. Okay? Good morning, David. David, did you email us and get your access to the group chat, my friend? Because you should be on the Zoom call here with us. You should be on the Zoom call on the inside, my friend. I've been focused since before the year started. I'm seeing progress. Now I'm excited to see what would happen if I stay focused and locked in. Jay Stunnin, it's all about momentum. Momentum only hits when you do it long enough. Where are these people just come in late, 2 minutes? They don't give a shit about anything about trading, and all they ask about what broker I'm using. Yo, like, fam, what is wrong with some of y'all? No matter what broker I'm using, if you learn if you just look at the trade instead, and you learn this, you can be successful on any broker. Why are you asking me about the broker as if that's going to help make you money in any way, shape, or form? What are we doing here, people? And yeah, for your, all right, never mind. Jay Stunning, it's all about momentum. If you do it long enough, you're going to start to see the results. If you start, stop, you're not going to see the result that you're looking for. My biggest advice is don't go hard, heavy, grind to the point where you burn yourself out. Find a way that you can stay in the game long term. Find a way to keep your mind sharp. Find a way to keep your mind rested so that you can stay in the game long term and see that momentum work in your favor. Make sense? Said they're asking because skilled funded trader has 3 broker options. Yeah, I haven't even gotten the account yet with skilled funded traders. I'm still waiting to see which account I should get. I'm still asking people who have used these accounts before. Because when you ask an affiliate who has one of those logos in their bio for skilled funded trader, they're gonna tell you, oh, this is the best. Oh, this is it. And you talk to real traders and they're like, bro, I've been using Think Markets and it's trash for Nasdaq trading. So David Sanchez said he did not receive an email back. Yo, can somebody from the team get our boy David taken care of? Who we got here? From the CA team. Somebody text T if you guys would not mind. Let him know to check the email. Okay, we're gonna get you taken care of, David. Yeah, so I'm gonna check around right now. People are telling me purple trading is the best on out of those options. But to be honest, guys, I think they're all the same. I think it's all just B-book nonsense. Come on. Have you tried funding pips? It's really good. So I was going to, and then I saw this massive thread of people who are not getting paid out. Look, any of the firms that don't have clear rules or that just have a bunch of like small rules in the back end about like 5 minutes and 2 minutes before news trading and 3 minutes after this. And yes, it's a swing account, but if you go, 5% above the floating equity loss, then you have this and that. Man, what the fuck? Oh, my alert just went off for NAS, which means that we're coming back down. There it is. Get rid of that alert.
Yo, Roy, he said that he already sent him an invite.
You already sent David an invite?
Yeah.
Oh, David sent you. You didn't check your email, brother. I thought you were trying to make my team look. My team is on it. All right, you got to go in there and check. Maybe check your spam too, David, just in case. You said NAS rejected. It is rejecting, yeah. NAS is breaking to the downside. Kind of. I'm waiting for this. I'm still bullish. I know that we're at a massive daily resistance. We tried to break. The market's not working. But we also tried to break a few times to the downside. Here, 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 and then here again. So really it's just trade the range until now. And if you trade the range, you can sell the highs, buy the lows. That simple. He said, nah, those people are capping. I got my 7th payout from funding pips. No issues at all. All right, awesome stuff. What would you say are positives and negatives for funding pips versus others? Bespoke funding, also a lot of people said they didn't. All right, that one we all saw coming. I'm not even gonna entertain that one. Let's be real. All right, I'm gonna protect this trade. I'm gonna protect the top entry here. Okay, this is kind of like the way I see it is as extra credit. I'm not gonna move my stops to break even on the lower entry just yet because there might be a pullback. But in case it's a reversal, I don't want to keep exposing my account to risk. So as you get the opportunity to lower the risk on your account and still have the same upside, take that bet. Okay, so right now, let me show you, for example. If I hold this thing back up to the top of the range. That's $520 on that, so it's about 0.5%. And then this trade will be about 1%. So 1.5%. Okay. If I move my stop to break even, I can actually have zero risk on. So $0 of risk, 0% risk, but 1.5% upside. Do you guys understand that? And so the original risk on the trade was slightly over 1%, slightly above 1%. And then as the market started to push in my direction, I de-risked the trade until I was under 1%. And then as the market went into deep profits, or not deep profits, but it went into profits, I protected these entries for zero risk. Dr. Dollar said, "What's good, chart addicts? Mad love." Appreciate the super chat, Dr. Dollar. Say W Dr. Dollar in the chat. Good stuff. If we break down, that will be phase 2. Since the box we are creating is phase 1. 88.6 higher time frame retracement. Finna be phase 3 if this plays out. Now, Vincent, are you talking about US 30 or Nasdaq? You got me a little confused here. Roy, go check Funded Next. I saw is top 1 or top 2 firms. So Funded Next was actually a sponsor at last year's FX Summit. Pretty good friends with their team. Sanjeev and a few of the other guys are absolutely phenomenal guys. I have not used their firm and I really don't know much about it, but the way they conduct themselves is top notch. And so, you know, I hope to hear good things about them. Has anybody here used Funded Next? Securing partial profits here. 5. Gonna keep this thing rolling. I'm gonna hold the rest. We might have one more retest before we pop up. So there's a chance to get a second entry here, but this is enough for me. I'm gonna let this one ride and push all the way back up to the top. Actually, matter of fact, I'm being very, very conservative with my TP here for some reason. This thing's got to be way up here. Like even that is considered. This is right at neutrality. I'm not even aiming at the top of the daily range. Even though if this thing is bullish, that's where it's going to head to. Okay, what do we got here? Sub Dr. Dollar, all good with the little one. Oh, how does this guy keep finding this? If you did just have a kid, Dr. Dollar, congratulations. Seriously, congrats. Good morning, Roy and CA fam. Good morning, Melissa. I'm going to go look at rescue dogs today. Ooh, there you go. One of these little pups going to find a good home today. There you go. Good day for both of y'all. I got the Funded Next prop firm. Not bad. Okay. Does anyone know how to get rid of the arrows on MT5 when the positions are placed? Yeah, go to the settings tab and then go down to where it says charts. And then there should be a tab that says trade history. Like you can toggle a few of the options, the viewership options. One of them will say trade history. Just deselect that one. It'll get rid of the arrows. They're so fucking distracting. Noah says, W Melissa for saving the dogs. I love to see it. Funded Next is legit, but customer support is a little problem. That's not good. I think customer support is one of the most important things for prop firms. Would you guys agree? Obviously, the trading conditions come first. Okay, yep. Then the pricing of the challenges and the exact rules, and customer service. I think it's crucial. Those arrows are extremely distracting. Yeah, people keep them on like for a flex or something like that. If you're taking so many trades that you need the arrows, chances are you got to cut it back a little bit. Okay, you got to cut back the trading. If you're having a hard time remembering which trades you took and where you took the trades, you're probably over trading. Like it's not it's not hard for me to remember that we took buys here yesterday. Now, granted, I do have my long and short position tool, which is a good reminder and a guide for what we were looking at. But even if there was nothing on the chart, I would still remember the pattern because it's the beauty of trading one pair and one model and one session is that you get to keep a longer term memory of everything that's happening. And that's another benefit of being highly selective, which is that you're not filling your brain with a ton of stimulus and getting distracted about where you took the trade and why you took it. I can easily go back and review because I was consciously present and I only had one center of focus while I was trading. Well, right now it's NAS and US30, but you guys know what I mean. 100% nothing more annoying than support annoying you while you're waiting for your payout. Every prop firm has this issue. Okay, ask anybody, even FTMO. They'll KYC you to death. Like that, all these firms will KYC you to death. It's unbelievable. I gave a bunch of these folks a chance. I gave some of these brokers a chance. And then when you make money and you go to withdraw, 2-3 weeks later, you're still doing KYC with these people. Funded trader plus, few rules, but that's double your account every 10%. Bro, some of these comments make me so confused. All right, what's happening in the world of news? Nothing new besides the peace deal has been like the peace talks have already started. As you guys know, Ukraine reached out to Switzerland to broker a peace deal between Russia and the Ukraine. The European Union did an emergency meeting, and all they talked about was how they do not have the manpower or the military capacity to keep supporting Ukraine, and that Russia is walking all over them. I think that this war against Ukraine was this war against Russia was the single stupidest thing that Europe could have possibly done. They should have brokered a peace deal very early in the process. Because now the European militaries have depleted a lot of their capacity trying to support Ukraine. The US military has done the same thing. And all that's shown the other adversarial leaders like China is that if they want to go take over Taiwan, the Western world does not have the capacity to fight these wars, and the American people don't have the patience for it. And so if they want to go take Taiwan, they will. That's the sign that we've sent out. I think this was a really, really miscalculated play. And the only way I can think about this is somebody had it out for the West and forced us into a lot of these problems. Why aren't they talking about the peace agreements in the news? Sean, why do you think? All right, everybody, put on your macroeconomist hat. Put on your skeptical Forex trader hat. And tell me, why would the mainstream media that's been pushing the Ukraine support narrative and that why we have to send tens of billions of dollars and almost $100 billion to Ukraine and why it's so important, why would they not backtrack and say, yeah, this was a stupid idea. We killed off half the young men in the Ukraine because we wanted to play fucking social justice warrior. Why would they not want to walk that back? The value we receive here is priceless. Coming to you, love all the way from South Africa. Shout out to my South Africans, man. Shout out to all the South Africans out there. See you at the next summit for sure. And we might do a world tour spot somewhere in South Africa. We'll see. I'm still putting it on the list. He says, sorry, I just got here. We looking for buys. Well, we took longs on US30 about, let's call it half an hour ago, maybe 45 minutes ago. We caught the wick, bottom of the market. Very big surprise there, obviously, right? Oh my God, the chart at extreme is catching great trades, right? Put that on the fucking news. Right? All right, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to answer that very arrogantly. No, wait. Yeah, I did. I did mean to answer that arrogantly. Yeah, we already in these buys locked in this fucking wick entry. That's what we're doing. Go Crazy Entertainment. Go Crazy Entertainment is also a wild name. Shout out to South Africa. We'll definitely be doing a world tour spot there. Looking forward to it. And just to answer my own rhetorical question, why would the media not promote this peace treaty? Very straightforward. They were the ones that got the whole world in this war. Every day they'd be like, Russia is the next Hitler and Putin, and they're going to try to take over the world, and so we have to stop them. We have to be the good guys. Does anybody here remember why the Russia and Ukraine problem started? Because the media told us it's because Russia was ruthless and they attacked Ukraine unjustly, and this was a genocide, and that's why we had to support them, right? You guys remember that whole narrative? Why we have to go support Ukraine? Because these are our allies. They're a democratic nation. A democratic nation? Ukraine was voted the #1 most corrupt country in the world 5 years in a row. The Ukraine is a money laundering hub for the richest people in the world. Fuck Panama, fuck the Ukraine and the Cayman Islands. It was Ukraine. That's why it's getting all the support. Oh, let's just pump $100 billion in there of US taxpayer money. And then a lot of that just gets unaccounted for. And then it goes to military industrial complex contractors who make all the money. And they just kind of slide the billions that they're trying to hide in between the hundreds of billions. Why would the same media corporations that killed off the fighting age men in Ukraine, that convinced our sons and daughters to go fight, that depleted our military capacity to go support Ukraine, why would they backtrack and say, yeah, this was a stupid idea? Because they killed hundreds of thousands of people. Hundreds of thousands of young men died. Ukraine's economy is completely devastated because their infrastructure is gone and because they no longer have the young fighting age men to rebuild society. So why would the media not want to be talking about the peace treaty, saying, hey, yeah, we lost to Putin? No one wants to go back with their tail in between their legs. Right? There was a moment last year, I want to say sometime in September or October, where I said it on a stream that they have to give Putin a way out because he doesn't want to keep killing them. He doesn't want to keep bombing their infrastructure. He wants to give the Ukrainians a way out. But this is from a book, Art of War, written by Sun Tzu, one of the greatest military pieces of literature ever put together. And one of the chapters in the Art of War says that when you know you're beating your opponent, but you know that they can't go back to their people with a loss, you have to give your enemy a golden bridge to retreat on. Otherwise, he will have no choice but to fight to the death. And fighting somebody to the death is where you start to have problems. You want to win, but they are fighting for their life. And you'll never beat somebody fighting for their life. They should have given Putin a golden bridge to retreat on, given him one or two of those locations that are Russian speaking, that if you did a census in that area, they would all vote to go back to Russia. They should have conceded and given at least one or two things so that Putin could go back to his people with a win and not have to continue this war. But instead, they continued to instigate. They continued to talk about adding more countries to NATO, and so he had to go full force. This was one of the stupidest fucking things I've ever seen. Would you guys agree? Do you guys know why America hates Russia? I don't fucking know either. Our beef was with the Soviet Union. Have you guys noticed that the Soviet Union got disbanded fucking decades ago? And that the Soviet Union doesn't exist anymore? Like, you can't even make this shit up. Right? It's like tens of millions of people illegally crossing through the southern border and nobody noticing. It's like, what the fuck is happening today? Somebody help me understand this because I'm still confused. Chris said, US 30 is looking good. My TP is 37,235. Well, it just hit your TP, my friend. So should be out of this trade. It actually smacked your TP. We might be coming down here for another pullback, but I'm expecting price to break these highs here. If we cannot break above these highs, these wicks at 37,240, then the market's going to come down all the way back to entry. When it comes back to entry, we'll either enter again, or this thing's going to fill the wick to the downside and just continue to the downside. So from here, what we want to see is a break above these wicks to confirm the buys. And then if it fills this wick and closes below, let me actually just put a zone here. If it closes below this red line, then it's gone for shorts. Cool. It says both sides are no angels. Yeah. All right. Let me remind you guys why we actually started a war with Russia. It said markets seem slow today. Yeah, they are. Not a lot of news. I think the market's kind of still taking in a lot of the expectation. Right now, everyone's guessing. You know, how many rate hikes is the Fed going to do? What is the significance of that impact on the markets? And they're trying to make forward-looking predictions. Until the Fed news, we don't have much to work off. We had a good we had CPI prints last week and PPI. We had retail sales this week. But next week, I believe we have some real news. Yep, we have the advanced GDP number. That's going to be a big one. But other than that, and we have core PCE. PCE, personal consumption expenditures, which is like a more accurate measure of inflation than CPI is. And this is the core measure of inflation the Fed uses to make decisions. So this is dropping just a few days before the Fed meeting. So we're going to have GDP and inflation numbers come out, which should give the markets a little bit more clarity about what they expect the Fed to do. Oh, yeah. Let me finish off that point. We went to war with Russia because, and let's be honest, the West started this. So there was a treaty about a decade ago, or I think it was in the 90s, where we promised Putin and we promised the Russians that we would not encroach one more inch to the east, meaning that NATO, which was originally started to fight the Soviet Union, not to fight Russia, the Soviet Union, that they were not going to encroach any closer to Russia because now we would be a national security threat to them. In 2022, we started talking about adding NATO or adding Ukraine to NATO, which would mean that any action from Russia against Ukraine would involve the rest of the NATO countries. That's the way that the alliance works. That was directly against everything that we had promised a decade ago. And we were directly threatening the sovereignty of that country by being close, by even talking about having nukes or adding them to the security alliance. So Russia defended themselves. They told them, you will not add NATO, or you would not add Ukraine to NATO. And we kept insisting, and that's what started this whole issue. Okay? But the media tried to make everybody think that good guy, bad guy, Putin is the next Hitler, and we're the Allied powers. We're the Allied powers trying to do the right thing. And we just instigated until half the fucking country was done. The infrastructure was completely crushed in Ukraine. The military capacity of the US and the rest of the West is completely depleted. And now we're in this fucking situation. So the media is not only ruining elections and ruining the livelihoods of people around the world through lies, they're also starting wars and creating more conflict. Diego Salum says, Euro USD is not moving. Well, let's take a look at this. So my very accurate price target of 103.7 got hit. Now, what I want you guys to know about the super secret magnet indicators, don't ask, don't tell. Well, don't ask, don't ask, right? The magnet indicators is that when you reach these levels, which are all planted here, I want you guys to write these down. We got the 103.71.5, 105.6, the 107.5. When you get to these levels, the market is going to slow down and just maybe chill out here for a day, maybe two. So whenever we hit these levels, don't expect any of the dollar pairs to continue moving at that point. This is where we can really see a little bit of sideways movement before it keeps going. Euro USD still moving towards the target. I never got a re-entry. I'm not upset about this because you can't be mad about a trade you didn't take. But this was very straightforward and honestly this should have been the swing trade that I caught. Same with USD JPY. But it's okay. The next target for Euro USD is 1.075. Okay? This is going to be big. Are we dealing with Somalia ships getting attacked as well? I don't really know about Somalian ships because I know the Somalian pirate issue is big, but I think the Houthi rebels in the Red Sea, they have attacked a few US ships, which is not good. But like I said, I think that situation is going to get cleared up sooner than people think. There are too many powerful interests that don't want any blockages in the Red Sea, which includes Europe, China, and Africa, and India, and Russia. Nobody wants the Houthis to be blocking the Red Sea. Trust me, no one can deal with inflation at the moment. That I think is going to get handled expeditiously. Is it expeditiously? Is that the one that TI always said? Yeah, I think that one's going to get handled expeditiously. It says, and the Saudis. Josh, good point. Great point, actually. Maybe Qatar wants to keep this going. Iran is kind of using the Houthis, and they're using Hamas, and they're using all these different proxies to do their bidding. I think this is going to be, we're watching the end of Iran's rule in the Middle East. But I think everybody's starting to get sick and tired of, we're having periods of peace, and then out of fucking nowhere, this massive instigation happens, and then it's all done by proxy, just like the US does, right? So that there's no direct backlash on the Iranians. But I think that Iran constantly using proxies to mess up global trade and global and start global conflicts, I think has gotten to its breaking point. Because if you look at all the conflicting regions like India, Russia, Saudi, the US, China, the thing that they all have in common is everyone's trying to make money and lead to prosperity for their people. War is in direct conflict with prosperity. Now, proxy war is good for business. America knows that. But direct war is horrible for business. Just ask the Israelis. Okay? I'm seeing a few questions on my thoughts on gold. Good morning, Pops. He says Qatar too. Yeah, not looking too hot. Gold is very straightforward. We finally hit the 2008 target that we were looking for. And if you guys don't know, this is one of the most textbook Fibonacci plays that I've ever seen. We had a drop, we had a pullback, we had a straight target to the extension, -27 extension. The market pulled all the way back to the 88, 78, 6 zone, had a double top rejection, and then came all the way down to the -61 Fibonacci extension target. This move is already done. The 2008 price level has already been hit. So what I'm seeing now is either a potential retracement all the way back up the range, or near halfway through the range and then a continued drop. As long as the dollar is bullish, I am bearish on gold. What we'll most likely see here is a consolidation on gold to kind of follow the dollar's consolidation, and then a fake up and then a drop. Further downside as long as the dollar is bullish. Cool? About as textbook as it can get. And yes, it was called live on the stream, just like this quick entry on US 30. What is they low key just want to depopulate the earth? Mike, I believe that too. If you want to depopulate the earth, and this is not even about depopulating the earth, Mike, this is about weakening the West. This is about weakening the West, bruh. Because if you think about it, what did all these conflicts do? The West supporting Israel at any given point made them the bad guy on the global stage. By them sending all of their ammunition to Ukraine to help, they've depleted their own military capacity. By allowing the displaced refugees from a lot of these countries to then enter the US without any sort of filing official paperwork or having a census or any of this stuff, just straight up walking through, putting the American economy, American infrastructure in danger. Look at every single move that's being done. This is an anti-West strategy to weaken the stronghold that they have over the global hierarchy in order to usher in what? And to usher in anarchy, socialism, dependence on governments? The fuck is their end goal? Whatever their end goal is, maybe it is depopulation. Elon Musk said in a speech that we're basically fighting a war here between the humanists, people who believe that humans do roam this earth and we have a priority to protect the human race because consciousness is something that's not found on any other planet, and we are the guardians of this thing that we call consciousness, and that we have an obligation to preserve the species and to procreate. So there's the humanists, and then there's the depopulationists or the anti-humanists. Just like humans are all the problem, we're killing the planet, humans don't belong here, there's too many people, not enough resources, and when none of that is true. It's the humanists versus the globalists. And I think that's the fight, that's the unspoken fight that we're really seeing here. Who are the biggest threats to the globalist movement? You see Elon Musk, you see Donald Trump. There's a reason that how do you have an EV summit, an electric vehicle summit at the White House without inviting Tesla? who basically made electric vehicles the thing and who are the biggest by a mile above all these other bums, Ford and GM and these other companies. There's a deliberate effort to undermine anybody that's not part of that agenda. Now, you also look at Donald Trump. Why are they trying their very best to keep him off the ballot? Is it because he says wild shit? No. These people say wild shit all the time. They lie directly in front of the camera. They are not strangers to lying. It's part of the job description of being a politician at this point. They hate him because he directly goes against this globalist or this agenda that they have. I just saw a clip yesterday that David Sachs from the All In podcast, one of the founders of PayPal, Yammer, and some of these other companies, he's a tech investor in SaaS startups. He posted a video saying that the best clip that he saw from Trump was, who was that dude? Bill O'Reilly was asking him, yeah, but Putin's a killer. Why would you be friends with somebody and he's a killer? And Trump looks at him, he's like, well, you think our country's so innocent? So you think we're out here just dropping daisies on people? There's a lot of killers in our government too. We've heard a lot of people. And Bill O'Reilly's like, oh yeah, but that's the difference. There's a difference between like we've made mistakes around the world and then just being a straight up killer. And Trump was like, what's the difference? We fucked up and people died. And at that point, I realized the entire military industrial complex, this $1 trillion machine. Yo, guys, I'm not talking about $1 million. Your integrity can be bought. Most people in this chat, and I really hate to say this, and I don't mean to disrespect anybody, most people in this chat have never been offered $1 million or more to sell their soul. I have, right? It's a different story saying I would never sell my soul, my integrity, and then being offered it, and then having to make that hard choice over and over again. It's tough. We're talking about trillions of dollars. There's nothing. Yo, I've played games with people that have zero stakes, and I've seen people cheat. If somebody will cheat in a meaningless kid's game, what the fuck do you think they would do for $1 trillion, people? So the military-industrial complex has a vested interest. I'm about to get fucking. Guys in suits are coming to find me for this one. All right. I thought it pissed off the prop firm industry. Got fucking the military-industrial complex is it, guys. I would never kill myself. I absolutely love my life. I'm the least suicidal person that has ever existed, and I value human consciousness and human life above anything else.
Boy, please.
Just throwing that out there.
Cover him with your blood, Jesus. Surround him with your holy.
Whoa. All right. So long story short, the military-industrial complex and the deep state, which is essentially the fourth branch of government, and the media powers, and the foreign affairs State Department kind of swamp, all work together to try to get Trump not get elected, basically, because they want to keep their money flows going. And I think that anybody who's a direct threat to that globalist agenda is a friend of ours, is a friend of the people. So you might trust Elon Musk or not trust Elon Musk, but trust me, he creating a platform where there's free speech, where every time some shady shit happens, it's exposed in real time, and every time something is unclear, it's being openly discussed, where back in like 2-3 years ago, the COVID times, you couldn't say shit or do shit. This is the future. He said, man's had to say a little prayer for you. Yo, this shit had me scared, bro. I'm out here doing this as a joke, kinda, right? This is all satire. I'm a comedian, right? I'm just a fucking clown. I don't know anything. But they were out here praying for me, but I got scared, bro. Listen. They got bigger fish to fry, guys. I don't have that big of an audience, right? I forgot how big of an audience I had until fucking 2 weeks ago. Trump's got the megaphone, and so does Vivek. Yo, what they did to Vivek, they tried their best. My boy went from 0% to 8%. I'm proud of that, man. But he also put the entire military-industrial complex, deep state swamp on skates. And that's why I love Vivek. I think he's got a bright future in this country. And I think him being Trump's VP is starting to get more and more likely. JFK's last speech before his assassination was powerful. He exposed the secret societies running our government. Mike, I have a quote from the late great what was he, poet? I think he's a poet, or he's a literary genius. But I would say the late great poet Pop Smoke, where he said, AK on my shoulder like I'm Malcolm X, because I ain't going out like I'm Martin Luther. And I'm just going to go ahead and second that. From a wise words from a wise man.
You just quote a rap song for a political.
I said the late, great Pop Smoke. All right? I said literary genius. And he's right. Oh, would you look at that? US 30 is literally pumping. Wow, little mini 15-minute inverted head and shoulders. Do you guys see the... I mean, not everybody knows what I'm talking about. A lot of you guys did not go through the master class. Shame. They got everything but a box here? Oh, here it is. You guys see phase 1 right here? All right, you guys see phase 2? Come on now. Does it work on every pair? No, even if it's not Nasdaq, the answer is yes. Where's the target? The top of the box. Watch this, people. When price hits the top of this box, watch how it reacts. Watch the rejection right here. All right? Oh, Roy, you can't predict markets. No, you can't predict markets. We are not built the same. All right? I am built different. One day people are going to see that. It's a masterclass at best. Come on now. JFK got smacked for trying to dismantle the FBI. Bro, that's a wild statement, Josh. You said JFK got smoked. No, bro, we gotta relax, but that's a national hero. For trying to dismantle the FBI, the CIA, and come after the Federal Reserve. Yeah, you come after the Federal Reserve, brother. You know, I talk about Jerome Powell all the time, right? Everyone's got criticisms, right? No reaction at all. Oh, I'm holding this trade. We already had phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. No rejections. Oh, I had my zone drawn off. Oh, that makes sense. My bad. I had my zone drawn a little off. Okay, you guys see the rejections right here? So if we can't break above this zone, then it means it's coming all the way back down. By the way, I'm securing more partial profits here. Take profits have been getting hit. One more for good luck. All right, if we can't break above this zone, then it's probably going to come all the way back down. If we just reject here for a little bit, and then we close above this area, then it's going to keep going up, come back for a pullback, and then just keep flying to the upside. I heard you're faking your payouts from FTMO. Is that true? Max out J. Ask your mother. She'll know. I'm faking this entry right now. This is not a real entry. Okay. Said this goofy. I mean, bro, like, what's wrong with these people? It's only the people that don't take the trades that have time to type out anything. It's like if you're taking this trade and you're making money, the only thing you're doing is counting up these checks. Everybody else is just sitting there looking for therapy online. Okay. I used to hate myself too. Not enough to go out here and comment on random people's shit, but I mean, I was pretty miserable. Said he should be worried about his trading for real. But do you guys think if he was trading or making any type of money, then he would be on here dick riding like this? Said Daniel Savage. Oh, well, if Daniel Savage said it, fucking, so it must be true. Well, tell Daniel Savage to worry about the CFTC and keep my fucking name out his mouth. Okay? Because I reached out to him, and me and Bernd are boys now. Me and Bernd cleared up the entire thing, and he understands. But Daniel Savage, on the other hand, I reached out to him, told him he's got bigger fish to fry than me, and he should worry about the people in my DMs talking about the scams that he pulled on them. And also, I challenged him amicably for charity, for the kids, right? Money up to the Traders Fight League. I said I'd fight him and Bullseye at the same exact time, 2-on-1. I swear on my life. and they both block me because they're pussy. So at the very end of the day, they just want to talk. They want to use my name for clout because they have no motion going on. And what I would recommend to all these dick riders, okay, what I would recommend to everybody is these trolls that you're listening to, look in their closet first. Said, bro, US 100 is pumping. Yeah, it is. Big surprise, right? I don't think we're going to get this pullback here. What I want to see is a break above these highs. A break above these highs here in this area, and then a pullback inside the range for the continuation. Big Joker said, this live just helped me double my small account. Let's go. Yep. Said, I'll take that as a yes. Here, how about this? My mom wouldn't know. She doesn't trade or know you. That's what you think, brother. She knows me better than you do. Now scram. Shoo. And I also want to remind everybody else here. These streams are fucking free. No one's holding a gun to your head and making you be here. If you're not happy and you don't like it, go kick rocks. Go try to find somebody else that's giving out free trades. Oh, wait, they don't fucking exist. Go ask Daddy Daniel Savage for a free trade idea. Oh, wait, his negative R&R strategy is not going to help you grow a small account. So at the end of the day, right, quit being fucking clowns. Daniel Savage scammed almost 100 people with a bot last summer, me included. And guess what? He's still selling a bot now. Look, I'm not gonna sit here and talk shit about people. These people are digging their own grave. Okay? They're digging their own grave every day, promoting illegal financial products, promoting all types of real scams, actually losing traders money. And I'm sitting here making everybody money. Do not compare me to some low lives that have not done shit for this trading industry. All right, we put up multiple six figures from our own pocket to bring the whole industry together, and we'll do it again. We spent $1 million on a weekend so everybody else can have fun while we stress out and we build this industry up because IML fucked up what it means to be a Forex trader. We're trying to sit here and do a cleanup job. Do not compare me to these fucking bums who have no motion and have to put my name in their mouth to try to get a little bit of attention. If they had some real motion, like actually making people money, they wouldn't need to do the gimmicks. We don't need to do gimmicks because this is the gimmick. We catch live trades, everybody makes money, and they're like, damn, bro. You know, a lot of people are saying this and that, but when I get on these streams, I'm just doing nothing but making money, and everybody else is just out here distracting you. If somebody's trying to do anything in the social media space for entertainment and they're not making you money, what the fuck are you doing giving them your attention? Attention and focus is the most valuable commodity you have. If all they're doing is trolling, if all they're doing is call out, okay, you done called out 50 fucking people and not one of your followers has changed their life circumstance in any meaningful way. What the fuck are we doing here? This is not for entertainment. Go watch the Nelk Boys if you guys want entertainment. You're here to make money. Once you make money, whatever the fuck you do from that point is on you. Come on, y'all. What do y'all think about Mamba? I'm not going to do this, bro. Look, if you guys can go do your own due diligence. People can go and watch every video I've ever put up. People can go watch every video that these guys have put up. And you guys can just figure out, here's three. Okay, matter of fact, let me give you guys a framework for how to make decisions on who to give your attention to. This is not just about Forex trading. This is about, in a social media culture, this is what you want. When I'm looking for people to follow, it's the same exact things that we look for when we hire at Chart Addicts, and the same thing we look for when we look to bring in new traders at Chart Addicts. Number one is competence. So they have to actually know what the fuck they're talking about. You can listen to a trader for about 15 seconds and know if they actually trade or not. Okay? Because you trade and you know how it feels to be in a trade that's going against you. Everybody here knows what it feels like to be in a trade, and now you're getting excited, and now you're in profits, and then it starts reversing, and you start to second guess the entire position, and then you end up closing out because you're nervous, and then it goes your way. And then you get pissed off, get FOMO, and then enter late in the trend. That's something only traders can understand. That was a 15-second story that every single person, put a 1 in the chat if you can relate to that story as a trader. You know who's a trader or not. So competence is the number 1. Number 2 is context. Context means they've actually done it themselves. There's a lot of competent people about working out that are out of shape. I don't want to go to a fat dietitian. I don't want to go to a fat dietitian. I want to go to a dietitian that's in great shape, because not only are they competent in the knowledge, but they also have context of what it takes and how hard it is to actually lose weight. Context. I know how hard it is to be a trader, guys. And then number 3 is alignment. Are they aligned with your personality, your goal, who you want to be in life? There's a lot of smart people out there who have done it, who are complete pieces of shit. Why the fuck would I want to spend any time around? Don't follow people that have what you want. Follow people who are who you want to be one day, who have the characteristics that you want to embody one day. Because you can have all that money and then just literally be a piece of shit like these guys. I'm not gonna name names. Right? Getting drunk, talking about being derogatory towards women, wasting money on strippers and dumb shit. I don't give a fuck how much money you're making in trading. If that I don't want anything to do with that. Y'all get me? So if you're looking for someone to learn health from, if you're looking for someone to learn a musical instrument, make sure they're competent, so they actually know the different facets of the knowledge that's required. They have context, meaning they've done it themselves. They're not just a fucking they're not just like out there giving out info on shit they have not done, and that their goals, intentions, and their character is in alignment. All right. He said, Daniel Savage question. He said, all the Miami scammers. Exactly. Well, moving down here, I moved down here so I can host an event to bring the whole industry together to do a fucking cleanup job for IML. Because they fucked up our industry, and they're making it harder for us to get regulated, to do things the right way. And then that's why every year prop firms and brokers go under, because we can't even incorporate here in America. I moved down here so that I don't have to keep flying back and forth, and so that I can literally, so I can be with the contractors and vendors, and I can make this work. People are trying to call me a Miami trader. Yeah, I just fucking moved here 12 months ago. Right? Yeah, and I'm already looking to get out of here. And don't think that Dubai is any better. The people out there ran for a reason. All right, let's just be real. There's a lot less regulation out there and a lot more shady things that you can do in Dubai. So, the industry's fucked up, man. And if I was pitiful and I hated myself the same way these guys do, I'd be making exposed videos too. But I just don't hate myself enough. I don't hate myself anymore. Right? I really used to be miserable. I'm not miserable. I see opportunity every day in every way. I see opportunity left and right. All I can think about is ways to help other traders. So I don't want to go and tear down somebody else. It's obvious, because you buy somebody's course and it doesn't make you money. Why does it take me having to come out and call out their course? Clearly, it doesn't fucking work. You all know that. It doesn't take me to go out here and call it out. Let people make their fucking decisions. All right, do you guys see the rejection here at phase 1? Phase 1 high was right here. Just got clipped. We had phase 1, we had phase 2, and now phase 3 means we're going to break these highs. Okay, so let's see if we get that push above. We got to break above. It's most likely going to break this area. Once we break this area, we see the pullback. So as soon as we get back to these all-time highs, not all-time highs, these 30-minute highs, I'll be closing partial profits again and letting the rest of this thing ride. This was called live this morning. No surprises. So were the rest of the trades. Everything else was called yesterday for these long positions. So while everybody else was out here making YouTube videos and sucking each other's dick on social media, money was getting made here every single day. And we're not going to stop now. And then guess what? In 6 months, everybody who's on comment sections and trolling and doing this stuff, do you guys think that they're going to be better traders? You guys think they're going to have more money? Or they're going to be in the same fucking place, still talking about us? What do you guys think? The 12 months you were local, they're tripping. Bro, I walk in the store, they still hit me with Spanish. I still haven't learned Spanish. You already know. You already know I'm not a local if I can't speak Spanish. I look Puerto Rican, bro. They haven't stopped, bro. People are ruthless with me. I walk in, they're talking about some buenos dias, bendición. Bro, I heard bendición. I was like, I just walked out. I'm like, please, bro, not today. I'm too tired. So life is a work in progress for all of us. Yeah, it is. But I'm also I'm a very petty person. All right. I'm a very petty person. And my version of revenge is I'm going to sign up for their firms and I'm going to run them dry and make them fucking pay me. And if they refuse to pay me like they do with everybody else, I got a big name and a big following. And so they can't run that shit with me. And so I have a very long memory, man. It's forgive, but never forget. And when I run them dry, I hope they keep that same energy. Straight up. And they're always promoting these shitty ass firms. Okay, let's see what you got. Let me get on this platform. I'll trade it live too, in front of everybody here. So that all the slippage, all the latency, all the self-dealing, all the bullshit is going to get shown right in front of everybody. And then when they have to pay me out, you guys know that meme with the crying guy? Meme, crying, mask, smiling, whatever the fuck that thing is. This one, this is how they're about to pay me out. All right, this is how they're about to pay me out. Just like this. It says modern problems require modern solutions. Yeah, but success is the best revenge. You heard me? All right, so let's give them something to talk about. Let's give them a fucking show. Yeah, Walter knows. All right, guys, it's 10:52. Got a pretty long day ahead of me. I already told you guys what my schedule looks like and some of these names that we have on the schedule. Time to shake things up a little bit since we have your attention. All right, wait till we announce some of these speakers for the FX Summit. And I know that IFX Expo is happening in Dubai. I want to let you guys know that we are going to have triple the attendance that IFX Expo has. Triple the attendance. I promise you this. And we're going to have double the speakers and the quality of the speakers. We're not going to get a bunch of news anchors from CNBC and a bunch of guys like they got. I mean, no disrespect to them. They've run a great conference. However, this is not some big B2B conference circle jerk. Our conference is going to be for traders to learn and for traders to take things away. When we announce the speaker list and when we announce the sponsor list, it's going to absolutely knock your socks off. And so if you guys thought last year and the year before were impressive, wait till you guys see who we have on the list. Your favorite prop firms, the biggest brokers in the game. And then the last step is just securing meta quotes. That's the last one for us. We get meta quotes and we've hit all corners of the Forex space to give you guys a full view of what to expect in 2025. Our job is to bring together traders, investors, and entrepreneurs from the FX space so that you guys can get a holistic picture, like a real comprehensive view of the landscape that you're involved in. Competence breeds confidence. If you don't know the game that you're involved in, every time a broker goes under, you're going to be like, what happened? What happened? Right? You got to know the game that you're involved in. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to vet the companies that we allow to come in those doors this year to make sure that everybody's 100% legit. We're going to be grabbing the biggest names, the ones that you guys see on TradingView, the Oandas, Pepperstones, Black Bulls, and the rest. We already have TradingView on board. We already have Oanda on board. Forex.com is already in the messages. Okay, so let's get this show on the road, people. Looking forward to it. You guys can grab your early bird tickets at FX Summit 2024 before prices go up. And also, if you guys are interested in learning the strategy that how we catch wick entries every day, you're tired of hearing me talk, you want to do it for yourself and just go be the master of your own future so you can have full dependence on you and your own skill set, click the link in the description, take the masterclass in February, and then you'll never need to be on these streams again. You'll be here for fun instead, and because I'm entertaining as fuck. Ladies and gentlemen, crush it today. Believe in yourself, and whatever you want to do, make sure that you're deliberate. Don't be talking about how you want to be financially free, and then every chance that you get to watch mindless content or to just go on autopilot or to not use your free time at work during lunch to study something, you're not getting closer to your goals. The longer it takes for you to get started, the longer it's going to take for you to have the results you want. So get to it soon. All right. Crush it, everybody. We'll catch you guys on tomorrow's stream. Take it easy. Peace. All right, everybody on Zoom, we're going to stay in